Hi guys, Dan here from Canada Abroad, and thanks so much for tuning in. Today I'm just going to be giving you a little bit more updated information on the new NOC codes that we were talking about last week. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, you can just click the link above and it will take you to the last week's video where we're just talking about how the NOC codes are going to be changing in 2022. So again, these changes are not they've been announced and the codes are all out there. But right now, Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada is still using the 2016 version of the NOC codes. So the new versions, even though they call them the 2021 versions, are only going to be implemented in 2022. But it's still important to take a look at them just to see if your occupation codes are going to be classified differently. So now we're just going to go straight to the government website so I can take you through what you need to look at to get an idea of where your code is going to fall. So today we're just going to show you a little bit more about how you can look at the new NOC codes for 2021. So when we did the last update, they hadn't made all of the information available on the National Occupational Classification website, but as per September 21st, they have put a lot more information online. So now when you go to the website and you land on the landing page, if you click here on version, you can actually look at all of the different versions. So right now, what is being used for Federal Skilled Worker Canadian Experience class is this 2016.3. If you want to start looking at what your occupation is going to be classified for next year, then you would just go to version and you would click 2021. So I'm just going to show you an example. We'll type in accountant. And then it's going to show us the related occupation codes. So auditors and accountants are now 11100. So once you've found your code, you would still do the normal thing. You would click on your occupation, read the lead statement, make sure this is your industry. You can look at the full index of job titles to make sure this is yours, but always check that the main duties is in line with what you actually do on a daily basis. A lot of people sometimes get confused. They pick their NOC code just based on their job title, but you have to keep in mind later on when you're trying to prove your work experience, they're going to look at your letters of employment and look at the roles and responsibilities on your letter and match it with the main duties to make sure that you do at least 51% of these main duties to make sure you've picked the right NOC code. Now, once you've picked the correct code, what you're going to want to do is just go back. So you can go back to this link here, National Occupational Classification, and go down here to hierarchy and structure because we want to go look now at the matrix because they've also finally updated it and you can access the 2021 version. So it's going to take you to this hierarchy and structure page, but you want to go up here to where it says view matrix. And then again, you can look at the different versions. So this year, we're still in the 2016. So this is where the O, A, B, C, and D classifications are. But if you want to get a look at what your occupation is going to be next year, you're going to click on this 2021 version. So then you're going to see it change. So now it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So then you would take your code and check it here on the matrix to see what level it is going to be. So if they're using a similar system to what they did previously, O is still managerial, 1 is your equivalent to an A occupation, 2 would be your B, 4 is C, and 5 is D, but 3 here, this is the new one. So anything falling within here, we're going to need to see if this is going to be at a skill level or if it's going to be downgraded. Because it requires some college or apprenticeship training, it's typically going to still be skilled, but this is the one section that we're still unclear of. We have asked for a bit more clarification, but depending on when they're going to start using the 2021 NOC codes, we might not get that clarification until next year. when they officially launched the information on the new NOC codes, they said early spring 2022. But if we go back now to the main page, they say that they're going to expect to start implementing this in late 2020 because they need to do a little bit more surveying and get some census data on the new classifications. Now, ESDC, this is the organization that does labor market impact assessments. So Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada is a different branch. They might start using it at a different date than ESDC. So we need to keep this in mind. But for right now, they're still using the 2016 version of the NOC codes. So when you are doing your express entry profiles, you're still going to use this, but you just want to be mindful that these changes are coming next year. So some occupations are going to fall in that new category that is an unknown really at this stage. We don't know if it's going to be a skilled level or if it's going to be downgraded to unskilled. But if you're in one of the occupations that is 0, 1, or 2 on the new matrix, those are the equivalent of O, A, and B now, so we know that those should be fine. So hopefully this gives you a little bit more clarification just on the new NOC system that is coming in next year, because it was a little bit confusing to try to use their old conversion table. But now they've put all of the information up here. So anytime you look at any of their tools, it's going to give you the option to look at the different versions. Okay. So again, right now use the 2016 version, but next year this is going to start to be implemented with the 2021 version. So you want to get familiar with it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Canadian immigration news and updates.